just came out. Another day, another lawsuit. PR company accuses her of defamation.
PR firm has lately slapped another $7 million lawsuit on Blake Lively, and apparently her once glamored Hollywood reputation is in dirt.
So I think it is very aggressive. Usually, you would not do something like that before a hearing.
I think it is very aggressive. Normally, you would not do something like that before a hearing, according to our firm. Lively's made some very serious claims about a weaponized digital army seeking to ruin her career, and now he's not coming slow to answer to those fake charges.
The judge overseeing a legal battle between actress Blake Lively and director Justin Baldoni.
Sadly, what was set to be the movie event of the year has turned into one of Hollywood's most cringeworthy feuds with narrative twists you never expected. Yep, we're talking about creative disagreements, personal challenges, and a whole lot of drama.
At one point, he leaned forward and slowly dragged his lips from her ear and down her neck as he said, "It smells so good."
The bombshell came on December 2024, when Lively puts down an official sexual harassment complaint against Baldoni, and her charge was that during a romantic dance scene, he went nearer and delicately ran his kisses from her ear down her neck. The narrative for this picture was already gloomy, but no one imagined the love scene to be a horror show. But wait for Baldoni's reply. That's not a simple, "No, I didn't do it." He went all out and disclosed the true footage of the scenario like it was a bombshell. And guess what it showed? Absolutely nothing that could even potentially place him in the frightening man category. No theatrical lip dragging, no slow-mo neck kisses, just an everyday slow dance moment.
Baldoni spent the last several months in significant resources on his goal of wanting to bury and destroy Miss Lively for raising concerns about his and his CEO's harassing behavior.
So here we are, watching the slow-motion horror unfold as Baldoni's team try to play it off as professional, while Lively's still out here shouting it was the craziest, most inappropriate thing since the last Hollywood incident.
The actress is accusing her director and co-star of sexual harassment, inappropriate conduct.
The drama wasn't only on set anymore, but it was officially on in the courtroom. Baldoni, clearly not backing down from the fight, filed a lawsuit for $250 million, which soon ballooned into $400 million. Seriously, Blake may be counting the me errors she committed because reportedly, Blake, Ryan Reynolds, and her PR were out here seeking to destroy Baldoni's career. It felt like one of those spy thrillers where everyone's got a motive and no one's who they claim they are.
So in response to that, he apparently texts Blake Lively that he likes her script. His text reads, "Also was working on the rooftop scene today. I really love what you did."
As for the texts, well, let's just say they didn't exactly aid his case. Published by the Daily Mail, these texts painted an idea of a lively back and forth between Baldoni and Lively. Some felt it was innocuous. Others considered it a clear indication of flirting. It felt as if both stars were dancing on the boundary between professionalism and anything else, but neither one was prepared to embrace it. The words were as garbled as you can expect. Whether they were flirty or just casual chat became the issue of great disagreement, but Baldoni's team used them as a shield, aiming to portray that Lively's charge was nothing more than a revenge for some offhand flirtation.
If this does go to court, it doesn't look good for Blake because they're going to be hell-bent on proving how unlikable she is, right?
Were these texts real proof of mutual interest, or were they nothing more than an attempt by Baldoni to deflect attention from the harsh allegations against him? That was the million-dollar question, or in this instance, $400 million question.
Wallace accuses Blake of falsely lumping his firm into the allegations she made against Baldoni.
And just when you thought things couldn't get more absurd, in February 2025, Jed Wallace, a PR heavyweight at Street Relations, entered the scene. Wallace initiated his own $7 million defamation suit against Blake Lively, accusing her of destroying his reputation with bogus claims. Wallace wasn't just any publicist. He was the one Lively had connected to in her California Civil Rights Department complaint as being the mastermind of a digital army attempting to bring her down. According to Lively, Wallace was paid by Baldoni's PR team to undertake a smear campaign against her, including fraudulent social media comments and bogus reports that circulated disinformation.
after she named both parties along with Baldoni in her December 2024 California civil rights complaint for bad behavior related to the filming of It Ends With Us.
She claimed Wallace was the engine behind it. The lawsuit was a full-on body slam. Wallace's legal team was quick to declare that Lively had no solid proof to back up her allegations. The whole episode, they said, was nothing more than headlines and animosity.
I'm sure that they vetted it carefully. They vetted the material carefully. Certainly posting a pleading doesn't seem to me to be out of bounds. These are pleadings made in the public records. Whenever you're getting into work product or advocacy pieces, then I think, it's getting closer to the line.
To Wallace, Lively was trying to ruin his reputation without offering a crumb of proof. And for Wallace, this was more than just an annoyance. His business, Street Relations, relied on its reputation to gain large clients. And if Lively's assertions were allowed uncontested, it may spell disaster.
Blake Lively's team, according to her attorney, is actually planning to file an amended complaint.
And just when you think it can't be more absurd, Lively's attorneys strike back. They considered Wallace's lawsuit an obvious revenge for Blake coming up about the sexual harassment she had been exposed to. They argued that the action was simply an attempt to repress her, seeking to damage her credibility after she heroically stood up for herself and others. Lively's team made it apparent that they were not going to back down from these false claims, highlighting that her choice to come out was not an assault on anybody, but rather an effort to bring awareness and stand in solidarity with those who had faced similar situations. They also pointed out how Wallace's statements were filled with discrepancies, arguing that the complaint lacked the requisite proof to back up the harsh accusations being made. In a statement, Lively's legal team claimed that their client will fight back against any attempts to undermine her character or redirect attention away from the genuine issues at hand. The drama surrounding this case only heightened as the court tussle proceeded, with both parties flinging claims. This injected even more fuel to an already volatile situation, leading the public to fear just how far things would go before some form of settlement was reached.
Another day, another state, another 9-figure lawsuit seeking to sue Miss Lively into oblivion for speaking out against sexual harassment and retaliation.
Lively's team is adamant that this is merely a desperate attempt to get back at her for having the bravery to speak out the industry's poisonous culture. But at this point, it's like watching two people quarrel over who owns the last piece of cake. No matter who gets it, everyone loses. The whole incident has gotten out of control. But here's where it gets fascinating. Lively, just days before abandoning her demand to depose Wallace, felt it'd be a good idea to take a jab at him in court. But guess what? She pulled it quickly than a bad hair day. Was it a tactical retreat? Or did she realize her case had more holes than a pair of grandma's socks? Who knows? But Wallace's crew surely lost no time in latching on that juicy nugget. Arguing her backpedaling suggested she had less proof than a magician's hat.
Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of the Rush Hour podcast. We have a breaking news update in the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni lawsuits.
Now enter Lively's massive accusation. She's purportedly the victim of a full-scale, government-level weaponized digital army, not just some random troll stirring mischief online. According to her statement, this goes way beyond typical internet abuse and represents an intentional and organized attack against her, one that has been planned with precision and executed on a level that's inconceivable for most people. It's not merely one individual or a limited number of internet users attacking her. Rather, it's something considerably more serious, including significant forces with the capacity to generate and influence online narratives.
Jed Wallace, a PR person, saying he's losing millions in clients because of Blake Lively's defamation.
This cyber army, headed by Justin Baldoni's PR genius, Jed Wallace, was plainly on a mission to destroy her. These digital combatants weren't merely lurking in the shadows. They were actively flooding social media sites and chat rooms with phony material, aiming to destroy her image. It wasn't simply a few trolls making noise. It was a full-scale operation, purposely meant to confuse and manipulate the public. This wasn't your normal online drama. These were well-coordinated efforts to push fake narratives and incite mayhem. The most startling part? The false goods they were hawking was crafted to appear totally legitimate. They had perfected the art of producing purportedly real postings, photos, and rumors that could easily confuse anyone. It was a flawless approach in theory. But of course, when you question Lively, the person at the center of all this, she sees things differently. She's now locked in a tornado of legal troubles, striving to establish that everything they've asserted against her is nothing but lies. And maybe the worst thing of all is the uncertainty she faces. She's left wondering if anybody, genuinely believes her anymore.
If they look at 1,000 negative comments online and 950 of them are from accounts that were created today, maybe they have a VPN that leads back to Austin, Texas, or something like that.
Fake grassroots projects, fraudulent releases meant to seem like actual feedback from fans, and all sorts of sleazy ways to stir the pot. It wasn't subtle at all. Lively asserted that from New York to Los Angeles, Wallace's army was infiltrating the web, distorting storylines, and making her life a living nightmare. These efforts were not just random, but were planned and purposeful, aimed to twist the facts and create a public image that wasn't hers. They assaulted her violently, targeting her personal life and profession. The ultimate goal? To smash what she had struggled so hard for, to thoroughly damage her reputation and take down her career. Was it effective? In a word, sure. The devastation done was severe, and it left her trying to restore control of her life. These underhanded techniques succeeded, and they managed to disturb her world to its core, changing public image against her.
Blake sues Justin, Justin sues Blake. That's going to get melted together in a nice soup of suits, as it were.
So, while Lively is out there bravely struggling to learn the truth about sexual harassment and rebuilding her name, Wallace is quietly holding his own struggle in the shadows. He's not just trying to defend his image, but also for the very life of his PR business, something he's fought diligently to establish over the years. The stakes are huge for him, and each decision he does is under immense scrutiny. Every move he does, every word he utters, is painstakingly meant to sustain his image and the empire he spent so long constructing. The complexity of the case continues to surface, showing more layers than anyone could have ever envisioned. While Lively's actions are making headlines, Wallace's fight is one that's buried behind closed doors, out of the public's gaze. It's a battle that links to the bigger problems of power, control, and the extent individuals will go to in order to maintain their legacies. Only time will tell how it all plays out, but one thing's for certain, this drama is far from done. The stakes will continue to increase, and the intricacy of the situation will further heighten as additional discoveries come to light. It's a narrative that's so much more intricate than anything Hollywood could ever produce, packed with unanticipated twists and turns, and one that will keep everyone on edge while the conflict rages on.
And again, did Blake Lively ever even go to HR? We don't know that for sure just yet.
As the expert stated, we don't know the entire picture yet. But for now, this case isn't merely another celebrity feud. It's something substantially deeper. It's shaking Hollywood to its core. Allegations of weaponized PR campaigns, phony, grassroots groups, and substantial image manipulation are being brought to light. And these severe allegations are raising huge doubts about the industry's credibility. If PR agencies are ready to go this far to destroy someone's image, it begs the question, how much more is going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of? Lively's claims, although gorgeous, serve as a deep dive into the murky oceans of Hollywood's power relationships. It's an eye-opener, exposing just how far certain individuals and companies are ready to go to preserve power and push their own goals. The concept that PR agencies are involved in such behind-the-scenes activities is disturbing, but it also brings into light the amount that some in the business will go to protect their image and the public's view of them. These leaks are testing everything we thought we understood about Hollywood and how far it's prepared to go to keep its secrets hidden. The conclusion of this case is likely to have significant implications, not just for the future of public relations, but also for the way harassment accusations are handled, the ethics of the industry, and the dark side of celebrity itself. Hollywood might never be the same after this. And that's all for today's unpleasant Hollywood drama. For more juicy updates and all the newest news, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like the video. We'll be back with more spicy tales shortly.